Hey, what's up? Got a video here for you Atari junkies out there. I've got both of my 4-switch systems taken apart, just showing the bottom of the tray because there's differences, and then the motherboards because there's differences. I found out I'd forgotten how old the one was that I originally got. Both my Ataris are 1980, but the funny thing is the revision. The one that I did get is newer by like one revision number, man. The old one's revision 8, the new one's revision 9, so there are some differences that they made, and definitely the 9 one is, as far as I can tell, man, made better. Seems to have a little bit sharper picture, not much, but a little bit. It is noticeable, especially if you have an LCD. That's one thing with the LCD TVs, man. I don't like it for the fact that, yeah, the old games do kind of don't show up as nice on some of them, unless you got like Nintendo, but it is good if you're working on them so you can get them to look superb on a regular TV, which the thing did, and then when I tried it on my flat screen, it just didn't quite look right, so found a way to adjust it. And real simple, man. Anybody can do this as far as I'm concerned. You just got to have it plugged in with a game in it. Preferably, if you have it, Atlantis, because you don't have to be playing it. You can just deal with the freaking background as it's playing and then adjust everything. So, show you guys here. This is the older one. This is the new one. And on the older one, see any differences there? I think revision 9, they must have came out with that when they finally decided that they were going to stop doing the 6ers, or figured everybody'd have a 4-switch, because it is strictly set up for this circuit board. This one, extra screw holes, hole there, and there's my 6er. That is for the channel select switch. Yes, it's on the bottom of it, which was just freaking retarded, because you got to stick a goddamn pin in there to hit it. They hit it from to where you can't do it with a finger. But other than that, man, let's see. Oh, the cutout on the back, as you can see, solid on this. That one, there's a hole in it that I did that. I was trying to figure out a way to make it to where I can just plug it in RF, and failed. But that is basically a sheet of plastic, which you can see the outline of it. If I push that off, that is all open for the controllers. Controller 1, controller 2, and they did away with that. Hence being that the 4-switch ones have the controllers up top, and that one has them towards the bottom. So on the circuit boards here, some major differences, some subtle. Show you guys the old one first. That there is what I'm talking about on adjustment, and both of them have it. That is to where you do have to have a cartridge in, preferably Atlantis, like I say, so you can see background, and have it going, and then very, very subtle adjustments if you have it to where the color just looks a little bit blurred, maybe not a lot, just a tiny little bit, or just the color looks out of sync, wrong colors. You can adjust that and go through the cycle of colors. And like I say, it does adjust the picture just a slight bit, but that's not what it's for. It's mostly just to go through your colors, and only do this if you really need to do it. If you're happy the way it is, man, I don't recommend touching it, because 1980. So you can break the thing if you screw with it too much. But not too many color cycles to go through, but I did that on the newer one because it was off just a little when I plugged it into my LCD TV. Now, one other difference is that little blue resistor there, that is a really cheap ass style of resistor. And they got another one here just above the RF box, and up there. All that has been replaced with nicer ones on the other system. Also, big ass capacitor with the lettering all over it. Small one that's just gray, and I'm thinking the lettering might be on the bottom of it, or it doesn't have it. So I guess they made enough changes to where they can change that, which could have been just all the resistors. Could have been they needed to carry a heavier load with this one because they were using older stuff. And on those, a little bit different. Green instead of red. Really on the circuitry, not that many changes. The main change, which I still think maybe they screwed up when they put this in the solder bath, but you see how sloppy that is? Doesn't make the thing not work. It works great. It's just really sloppy. In fact, that area there where you can kind of see that little hole there, that is where the RF connection is. That's what I had to really clean up a lot. It was a pool of solder on there. I'm thinking whoever did this, man, just had it in there too long and it picked up too much and they failed to clean it. So, that is basically what the Revision 8 looks like. Now the newer one. Darker color board and darker color circuitry patterns. Almost to gold. Kind of a mix between orange and gold. And then there's that same disc. There's a little one that they replaced on the resistors. Yeah, they did replace all of them. That's what they did. That blue one must be something that just wasn't that good. Which fortunately hasn't died on my other one yet. And then nice switches, which I'm pretty sure were replaced because they're too new looking. And then the older, kind of doled out. And then that's rust. Hard to kill an Atari. As you can see, the circuitry pattern here is perfect. No sloppiness at all. Whoever put this together was looking for perfection. Better quality control probably. And I say, man, different board, because that little post is there so you can put in a 6-switcher. This one doesn't, so it's got an extra fin there, which in a way is good. That holds the wire really well so it doesn't get tugged on too hard and break. So that's pretty much it for this vid, man. Just wanted to show some of the differences here. And like I said, the Revision 9, man, it is just, until I hook both of them up to a regular tube TV to see the difference, it's kind of hard to tell, but I can see just a slight difference. Everything just looks a little bit sharper on the newer one. So, kind of cool. Just wish that damn book was better, man, that I downloaded, and maybe a few of you guys downloaded it, man. It's like, they were all set up to have a cartridge to where if you don't have the test cartridge, you can't do much. Pretty much everything I found that, like on my 6er that was broken, it's just replace this, replace that. So basically that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to find another 6er where I can just swap out the motherboard and just use the casing for it, because obviously the casing looks damn good. It's getting dusty now, man, but cleaned up, that damn thing looks pretty damn close to mint. It was taken care of, it just, the sound went out. So, once again, that dial in there, set a little turns and do it while you've got this sitting on a bed or a box or whatever, coffee table, not metal, unless you like lighting yourself up, man. Keep it off anything metal. I recommend just putting it on the top of your bed or whatever, or just a piece of cardboard, and then just do set a little turns there if the color's off. On other adjustments, man, I don't know. There's one on the RF that almost looks like an adjustment, but it looks like you use an Allen wrench, and I'm afraid I'm too paranoid on touching that. Could really mess it up. Pretty much got them where I want them now, so. If I find anything else on them, man, I'll let you guys know. Have a good one, everybody, and feel free to comment as usual.